Alright, so let's finish up the Conjuring universe franchise so far before Conjuring 3 comes out next year. Get this done. Annabelle comes home. Now, like I said, after Annabelle creation, I figured the story was pretty much done. They announced that a third film was coming out, and I was like, how are they going to do that? They literally have everything, there's nothing else to go. It's in the box at the Warrens' house. Nothing else can happen. Well, let's just, play with teenage anxieties and have a curious teenager, a friend of the babysitter, go in and mess around with stuff. That's how you get the movie. The movie starts out, however, with the same scene we see in the first two, where they're talking to the nurses or whatever, and they get the doll. And then we see what happens afterwards, what was driving, and there's like, they can't get in a certain area, but there's spirits all around connected to the doll, and it shows that there's more than one thing is after the doll. Like, it's a conduit for supernatural activity, which makes no sense because it didn't show that in the last two. Only one demon was connected to it. And then we saw in the Annabelle creation, and it was because it was allowed to go into the doll. But now we have, and this guy, the director, wrote the other movies. So he should know. Like, Gary Doberman directed this, and he's the writer of most of the other movies. But now all of a sudden, like in Annabelle creation, they had to ask the Mullins for permission to go into the doll. They had to ask. But now, just all of these spirits are just, okay, we're going to take the doll anyway. It's supposed to set up for what happens in the film, and this is a prequel. This is shortly after The Conjuring 1, and possibly it's after Annabelle 1, or the first Conjuring movie, and it takes some time later. And Judy is younger. She's played by a different actress, McKenna Grace, which, she's great in things, that's fine, but if you're gonna fictionalize this, why could you just have it happen in the current timeline? Like, after Conjuring 2, because, I look at the list for Conjuring 3, and the daughter's not even in the film. They didn't know who they cast or whatever, but they had an actress to play the character. I hate it when they do that. Oh, we gotta have a younger actress, so let's just recast it. But then you gotta wonder, where's it gonna go from there? Like, if you have her back in the future film, like Conjuring 4 or something, it's gonna have to be the original actress, the older one. But who knows? She's on the cast list as far as I know. There's no Judy on there at all, but I can't wait for that one to come out. The Warrens are the best thing about this. They're not in it that much. They're there at the beginning, they're there at the end, Now, here's my real problem, and it's just like no movie happening kind of problem. The Warrens give the keys, the whole thing for the keys, including the keys to the locked room of evil stuff to the babysitter. Why would you do that? What? In what fucking world does it make sense to give the babysitter of your child, the person in charge of taking care of your child, the keys to an evil room? I understand probably all on one keychain, but no. You don't do that. Well, if you don't do that, then we don't have a movie. So we gotta have some stupid decisions. Now, the reason all this happens is because the babysitter's friend decides she's gonna sneak into the room. She gets the keys. She sneaks into the room and she's looking around. She wants to make a contact with her father. Well, she makes contact with something else, Annabelle. And what's she do? Even though it says on the box, absolutely do not open. What does she do? She opens it. Why? Because the doll is like this. I don't give a fuck. You in a room of cursed objects. There's a box that says absolutely do not open. I don't care if it's upside down, sideways, head popped off. I don't care. I ain't opening that shit. Alright? I ain't stupid. But she does it anyway, because if she doesn't, no movie. So, she opens it, and shit starts to happen. And we get all this stuff coming to life. They could basically be spin-offs, future spin-offs. There's a one with the bride, which is not La Llorona, but a different one. There's one with the bride. There's the ferryman. There's this Japanese suit of armor that doesn't really do much. You know, I think the most likely spin-off we're going to get is the ferryman, so I'm waiting for that announcement. That's the one that they put the most lore into in this one. Beside the wedding dress that if you put it on, it forces you to kill people. That could be something, but the ferryman looks like the most likely candidate for a spin-off, and I can't lie, I might be interested in something like that, because that was sort of the creepiest part. But I gotta tell you, this movie's rated R, and I can't see why. There's no swearing, there's no blood, there's no deaths. There's, other than the spookiness and the jump scares, there's no reason for this to be rated R. I even asked a friend of mine, he bought the movie, and he watched it with his wife. And I asked, no, after watching it, do you think that deserves to be rated R? He's like, no, it doesn't feel like a rated R movie. I'm like, yeah, but it's rated R because of the spookiness and stuff. Even La Llorona, that I just watched before this, I had to look at the thing, I'm like, it's PG-13, right? Because there's no swearing or anything, there's some disturbing images, but it's rated R, so there's a couple shits in that movie, I guess, but I guess there's like one shit in this one, but yeah. Now, don't let me, say these bad things. I do like it. It's better than some of the other entrants in the Conjuring franchise. So, I think it's better than La Llorona, to be honest with you. But, yeah. All this stuff was going on. They finally are able to, put it back in the box. I don't remember how. They're able to subdue it and get it back in the box and all this. There's this great scene where, Judy is in her room, and there's this light that changes color, and every time it changes color, from Annabelle, you see the shadow of the doll, then you see the little girl Annabelle Mullins, you see the Annabelle Higgins adult version, then it goes to that demon. I actually love that. That's oh, hell yeah. I remember in the theater, I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. And that was Stallone. Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah. Look at that. It goes spooky. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, demon. Yeah, crawling. You know what I mean? But yeah. Just so about the ending. After they subdue it, the Warrens come home. The Warrens find out about this. Now, you think they would be pissed off. And they would be, mad that someone entered the room, caused demons to go out the house and go after their daughter. Even though the daughter took care of business, they still unleashed evil upon the house. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention Bob's Got Balls. Because they mention it so much. There's this guy that the babysitter has a crush on. His name is Bob. Apparently he has the nickname of Bob's Got Balls, because every time someone sees him, they call him Bob's Got Balls. Like, he's in the stores where he works, and they say Bob's Got Balls. He shows up at the house because apparently he's the Warren's neighbor, I guess. And the pizza man walks up and says, hey, Bob's got balls. Like, he does say the day because there's a werewolf, which, okay, werewolf. That's a little too far in the country. I know that the Warrens had a case with a werewolf. I'm hoping they don't adapt that. Because, we've been, another spirits and ghosts, but it's been sort of grounded with The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2. And I keep hearing, oh, there's going to be werewolves in Conjuring 3. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because ghosts, I can believe. Werewolves? No. I know they had a case of a werewolf. Unless in that film it's proven that the claims of a werewolf were false, then there's that. But these, at least the Conjuring ones, have been grounded with their hauntings. Ghosts, poltergeists, stuff like that. Demons. Which could all exist. Alright? But you get werewolves, I'm sorry. I like watching news about werewolves and vampires, stuff like that. But I know werewolves and vampires don't exist. So if you try to insert that into a film, that's what kind of turns it off for me. Like, oh, there could be ghosts of the ferryman, you know, and spirits and ghosts inhabit these objects. That's fine. I watched Supernatural. I know that. And there's werewolves in Supernatural, but I know that they're not real. But the minute the werewolf popped on the screen, I'm like, oh, really? You had me. I was leaving the haunting, and then a werewolf showed up, and Bob's Got Balls takes care of him with the guitar. And they don't stop that joke then, because like I said, at the end, the whole thing about this was there's going to be Judy's birthday, they're making a cake and all that, but no one's going to come to her party because of one little kid who happens to be the brother of the babysitter's friend. And their friend's like, oh, I can talk to my brother for you. So, at the end of the film, it's her party, no one's there, there's a doorbell, and there's the babysitter and her friend, and then a whole bunch of other kids show up, and babysitter's friend's brother. And then we get Lorraine taking the babysitter's friend back into the room, and giving her that little bracelet thing to talk to her dad. Why aren't they pissed? They trespassed in a room full of cursed objects. I'm sorry. That's the biggest thing that pisses me off about this, is that the Warrens aren't pissed. I know this is 1970s, and I know this is supposed to be a more calmer time, but nowadays people would be pissed. Especially open the Annabelle case, where it says absolutely do not touch. Why are they not pissed? And then it ends with Ed singing the song. And then it shows, this I like, it shows a picture of the real Warrens and their daughter. And then it says, in loving memory, Lorraine Warren, whatever, 2019, I didn't see the last date. So, yeah, Lorraine Warren died shortly before this film was done. So they added that in. I thought that was kind of cool. She's with her husband now, so. But what I want to know is, if all that stuff is real, and they have all that stuff in their house, she's dead, where does it go to? Judy? Judy's still alive? I'm trying to look up Judy, but I can't find anything. But that picture shows that they did have a daughter. She's still alive. Does she get all the stuff and she has to watch over it now? Or if the room was actually a real thing. I don't know what's real and what's not in these movies, but like I said, the first two Conjuring movies are more grounded than the rest of the franchise that go all out with demons and stuff. Even The Nun is grounded. I guess the first two Annabelles are grounded, but and La Llorona can be grounded too, but I guess this one kind of goes off the rail with the werewolf. The werewolf, come on! We can believe that it's a suspension of disbelief. We can believe that objects can be haunted because, in the lore, it can. But werewolves, even though there's a lore for them, we know they're not real. So, I don't know. But guys, I gotta give it a rating, right? 7. 7 out of 10 for this one. It's good. Some things kind of piss me off, but it is a decent film. Not as good as the first two. It's probably it's better than the first Annabelle, that's for sure. But yeah, it's decent. So now what's left is to rank them, and that'll be another video. So look forward for that. But for now, all I want you to do is let me know your thoughts on Annabelle Comes Home in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe. And love, peace, and chicken grease.